right now only Team Israel and their coach know. So looking at some other people on that new Germany roster, another person who's been playing a contenders. There is Haiti. Haiti, the main tank, playing a lot of wrecking ball and some Orisa. So very fast attacks. If they stay on that thing, does that work in this meta?
Not particularly. I think he will find himself on the Orisa for the most part. Obviously, for those who don't know, he got the call up to British Hurricane this season to make space for Numlocks, who got transferred over to Team Envy over in America as a part of this, dominoes falling, players getting transferred up the ladder. Either way, he found that space. He did pretty well in it, and he'll have a real chance to prove himself here. As we've seen in the World Cup before, it can be a great proving ground for players who are just on the fringes or looking to find that big shot to propel them into an Academy or Overwatch League team.
That's true, but let's look at the game we are about to see. So, looking at the map, what is the strategy here? Are we going quick? Are we going slow?
So we're starting in City Centre. So it is a map that's quite open. The point itself is notoriously hard to clear because it's so big and it's so easy just to kite around it. Both teams leading in with the Sigma, the Reaper, the Mei. Complete mirror matchup. A lot of pressure on the Reapers to find an opening or create distraction, and the Meis to separate someone out.
Yeah, we are absolutely off here. Right there around the pagode, we are looking at the first kill, which is Aviv, who finds Engineer, who is playing on the Reaper right now. And it looks as if Israel are immediately pumping up the pressure, pushing Germany back towards their spawn. They're trying to get back in there with a fresh shield on that Orisa, and Aviv trying to just circle around it. Can't find an opening, though, at this point.
Germany just going for a soft disengage. We'll wait for Engineer to come back. They do find a pick onto Awkward. That's huge. No healing. Israel needs to try and win this fight quickly now, Ollie, or they'll just run out of resources.
Yep, absolutely. And they are trying to do that. Alive is going down, though. Potts is going down. Germany laying on the pan. IBTB is trying to get it down there. Triple kill on the Covalescence. And it looks as if Germany are taking the real estate for the first ticks.
Great patience by Germany. We are going to go into a pause, so bear with us. Few tech issues, but we'll figure it out. When I say we're going to do nothing. We're going to sit here and wait for someone else to fix the problem, but we'll wait with you. So, Team Germany played it real slow. They lost Engineer early. It happens. With these comps, you don't always have to fully disengage like you would in other comps. You can kind of just back off and keep spamming and building up your ults with the double shield. Exactly what they do. They wait for it to come back, and then they find that pick onto Awkward, and from there, it's just straightforward.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And IBTB with that early Covalescence, I've talked about it before. Covalescence is one of the strongest ultimates. Once you have like these bunkery compositions where you can do a lot of damage while running your own bunker straight into it. So that's fantastic if you can get that early and just make some dominance happen. Speaking of dominance, Germany with a not very offensive defense right there, just waiting for Israel to come back in, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Moves with the ultimate, with the graphitic flux, doesn't find any targets, but at least, discourages Team Israel from coming in there any further than they possibly can. But still, Team Israel on the push, trying to make something happen, trying to get it in. Radi just finds Knasen here alone in that hallway. There's a sound barrier to come out there in order to help it out, and IBTB goes down. So now it is Israel on the buttons as Knasen finds Radi. So Radi is down 50% there on the real estate. This could be devastating. Dark Arthur's going down for Team Israel though, and Germany able to stabilize it and able to hold on to the point for now.
Such a great response from Israel to peel for their Sigma there, but Germany do a great job of responding as well. They back into a corner, supercharge their way out of it, they maintain the point. It's so brutal to try and retake this point. Israel going to have one more good shot at it, but they've got the ults to do it with. Big opportunity from here. Moose and Radi need to do work with their ult for Germany to hold on.
Yeah, Germany needed a lot of resources in order to keep that last push away. And now it is Israel on the buttons coming in. Let's see if Dark Artist puts down the supercharger. Now it is down. So a big push here in hit points. There's a Covalescence from Awkward, not going anywhere as he gets frozen and shot down by IBTB. Alive with the Death Blossom points, IBTB, but nothing else happening. Germany managing to hold it off as Knasen and Alive both go down. 98% on the ticker. And Israel with a deficit limited here on the number of bodies on the point.
Germany coming up to their ults quicker. Bonus B and this coalescence could be the swing factor here. Israel need to slow down. They need to group up, but they've lost their Orisa now.
IBTB trying to find some damage with that coalescence, but the May walls make it hard, and Knazen jumps over it. Dark Art is down though, so no shields here for Team Israel as the Blizzard comes in from Aviv.
He needs to find something. He's cleared space, but it's not enough. Refid, he has the beat here. Can just drop this one to try and secure the win. They're chasing out that Reaper. They're chasing out the May. They've got him pushed back. Germany in prime position to take this. Only coalescence coming up now for Germany, for Israel rather. It's not enough. It's not enough, Ollie.
Definitely not. The overtime wick is done with a lot of people falling down right there on the side of Israel after a push that looked very, very promising though. So first round on the first map going to Germany. Let's see what they have, because these teams are giving me the jitters. I love it.
It did seem quite close, despite it being 100% to 0 in favour of Germany. City Centre is notorious for that kind of result because it's so hard to get teams off a point. You saw even when Israel had that big moment where they respond and they save Knazen and they're able to peel and turn a couple of kills, it's still a struggle to clear the point. Control, you maybe get like three to 5 fights maximum. So the first fight can be so important here. Going to go into the mirror matchup again here, Ollie, but we need to see more care from Israel in terms of how they engage. They can't afford to lose awkward early on in the fight again like they did last time.
No, definitely. I mean, they are now used to a tempo of Switzerland, who they were just able to roll by going in very aggressively. But Germany seems to be able to just stabilize it early. But I spoke too soon. Look at that. Dark Artist laying down the smack as Germany immediately gets pushed back into spawn. And this time it is Israel who are taking the point early.
Great initiation, fast execution. Germany just not able to respond quickly. One of the things that is potentially a problem or a disadvantage of Sigma over D.Va is D.Va's normally a little bit, defense makes it just a little bit easier to react in those split seconds. The shield has to be ever so slightly more premeditated. They get in that early fight, they get in that clean sweep, and now Germany have to force their way through this choke point. But it's going to be a tough one. They need a flank from Engineer, I think.
Oh, yeah, let's see whether or not Engineer can actually make a flank happen, because Israel are just bunkering it up really well. Engineer has to pull back there. Very good May wall on side of Israel right now, because Raddy goes down early, goes down quickly by Alive here, and it is... Wait, sorry, it is Engineer who goes down by Alive in that Reaper versus Reaper matchup. Now we see Knazen. Knazen has the ultimate, the Graphitic Flux, ready to go, and they are fighting very aggressively. That could very well be a strategy that works if you don't get ruffled there early, because then you are in trouble on the side of Israel, who are now pulling back.
Over halfway now, individual mistakes from Engineer and Rady being too far forward, punished by that wall. Again, the limitations of sending everyone through one choke point. We'll see how they approach it here, but I think they have to try and go wide. Problem now is Knazen has ult.
Yeah, and that is the Blizzard coming out right there from Aviv. Refit is being frozen. Rady in trouble. Rady down again for Germany. So it looks as if Israel's strategy is coming up there. The Graphitic Flux by Moose, though, finds Aviv and almost finds Knazen as well. But the Covalescence coming out, saving Knazen there from an ultimate, an untimely death. Hardy taking it up there with the ult shot. And now Germany's very close to closing this out. This should be a cleanup operation.
89% given up. Again, the nature of these compositions on control. It looked like the Blizzard was good from Aviv. It really looked like it was good, but they failed to capitalize. They failed to find the kills. Now the situation's completely flipped. We have Engineer sitting on Death Blossom, Rady sitting on Blizzard, Refid on the Sound Barrier. A lot of good defensive tools. We've heard a lot about Rady. We heard Israel want to focus him. Let's see if they can shut him down here before he can get the Blizzard off.
Yeah, they shouldn't forget about Alive, though. 95% close to the Death Blossom. So that is a very dangerous thing to ignore if you do. Now, Alive with that flank, trying to get in there. But the Blizzard comes out there for Team Germany. Rady is just responding very well. And the Death Blossom was out for Alive, but Alive going down quite easily afterwards because they were still in that Blizzard. Not waited long enough there on that Wraith form. Now, Germany proper in control of this, even though Engineer goes down for Aviv. Aviv still fighting Heidi, but Germany has been, has been able to stabilize this.
I think that trade is okay for Israel. They get the beat out, they get the Blizzard out. They've got 4 ults to push back into, but they have the Blizzard down. The Blizzard has always been that big swing factor. They need to avoid the Gravitic Flux. That's the main danger, but if they can get a good Blizzard here, it should be a conversion and it should be a tie-up in this map. All on Aviv right now.
Yeah, let's look. Let's look at the ultimates here. Team Germany in the defense, but also on a bit of an advantage in terms of the number of ultimates. Supercharger coming out, and even though Team Israel is trying to go for a flank right there, it is Moose with the double who is opening this wide up. That Blizzard really doesn't have any consequence. Now the Graphitic Plus from Knaven coming in, nothing happening. Moose taking over Knazen, and Germany formally in control with only 4 ticks left. That shouldn't really happen. You know, Dark Arts is trying to jump in there together with Pods. Pods going down quite immediately right afterwards, and this should be over quickly if Knazen can't stall it out.
Should be comfortable from here, should just be clean up. Israel on Desperation Heroes. They turn 1 kill, but I don't think it's enough. They need to find another one quickly. Rady closing in quickly on this Blizzard. That should seal the deal, if they even need it. Team Germany set to take this 2-0 on Oasis, and we'll put the map pick over to Israel.
That was one hell of an opening game. Well done, Germany. Well done, Israel. Because if this is the rest of the level, I would never want this series to end.
It was great, really fast paced. Israel happy to take the fight to them, and the difference so far definitely seems to be wow. Israel have a few fast executions and are happy and look pretty good in these brawly fights. The ult management and the way they're being used from Team Germany definitely seem a little bit more disciplined, a bit more organised, and more importantly, their response to Israel's ults are better. You saw that Blizzard that we talked about, and that was so important for Aviv. They all kite it. They get no value out of it, and not being able to get value out of a big tool like that, you're always going to struggle to turn wins against a team of Germany's caliber.
No, that is right. And before we jump into the next match, once again, I would like to point you towards the Matcherino donations page. There's not only the opportunity for you to donate into the prize pool for these amazing teams, but also a little bit of a quest to play for you. So if you have a moment of time, like between these maps, go over there, check it out, drop a couple of dollars, and you can help these teams out on their way to the World Cup. Now, let's see what we're going to see. The second